Another loss to Leicester sees us fall out of the FA Cup, but we made some moves in the January market and we look to make some signings at the end of the window. Hey everybody, welcome back to this Norwich series. If you're new here or you've been enjoying the content, feel free to subscribe and stay up to date with my videos. We have Brighton up next, but I do want to take care of some of our transfer business earlier than that. Want to get it wrapped up before deadline day. After a little bit of thinking, I think Iver Fossum's gonna be our primary target. Billing's been on the list for a while, but it looks like we can get him for pretty cheap at 8.2 million. He's really versatile and I can plug him into a few different positions, which you guys know I like with players like Rizzo, Patterson, Godfrey. So I'm really hoping this pans out. I'll offer him an important role. Hopefully that works. He'll definitely get minutes. Might not be a starter in any of these positions immediately, but I definitely see him as one for the future. In terms of a length, I'm gonna go ahead and try him for 4 years. I want to lock down some of these better players. They're fine with it, and we move on now. They've suggested 38,000. I'm fine with whatever wages. We're just gonna take it and get him on the books. So happy to have this player on board. I think he's gonna help us a lot. He'll be way better than Tribal was coming off the bench for the defensive mid spots, and he can also slot in behind Pukki for the attacking mid role as well. And like I said, Brighton up next. Gonna move ahead with the same lineup as usual. Fossum is gonna make the bench. I'm not gonna put him in right away. Some fatigue going on now. Rest Garcia. But the rest of the squad looks good. I'm gonna play the match, and here we go. Alright, Brighton not having the best of seasons, so I don't want to get ahead of myself. Should be a pretty easy game for us, though. Some space on the wings. We're struggling to close down. Man getting turned. He still gets a cross off somehow. Really poorly given away. A shot at the top of the box, but it's blocked and out. Another chance now. Brighton finding themselves cutting through our defense time and time again. Maybe some space on the break here now, though. It's sent up top. Souza on it. Patterson stolen back once again, though. Given away, we are playing terribly so far. Ball comes in from out wide. A header at goal, and they open the scoring 1-0. A deserved lead. It's been all Brighton so far. We're giving the ball away so often. We need a response real quickly. Still, Brighton creating chances. A beautiful ball in behind. Barely dealt with, but we do get it out from the back. Spread out wide. Aaron's galloping onto it. Takes a huge touch and whips one in towards Patterson. It's a goal! How many times is he gonna bail us out this season? It's the Patterson special, a powerful header. Boy, did we need that. A goal from almost nothing. Aarons does well to put a perfect ball in. Patterson just keeps that one on target. That's a difficult header. 12 goals already. Chance from the free kick for Brighton now, maybe. Sent towards goal, but it's over. Patterson, great hold-up play. Finds Mitchell on the overlap. Back towards the top of the box. Patterson receives it. Easy save, though. Brighton keeps that ball in somehow, but it's sent out wide. Hernandez now has some space ahead of him. Nice pass. Patterson finds him on the return. Hernandez charging down the field, so much faster than these defenders. Has a go! Great reflex save. It's substitution time now. Leitner looking tired, and it's going to be our new signing Fossum into cover. Let's see what he's made of tonight. I hope he can slot right in. Whipped in from the corner towards Patterson, and it's a goal once again. He is so deadly from these corner kicks. And it might be the goal that rescues our team out here. 2-1 with 15 minutes remaining in the game. We're not playing that well, but Patterson might save the day. We're really growing into this game now, creating a lot of chances in the second half. Hernandez beating his man really easily. Cutting inside. And and he opts to just pass it instead, keeping a hold of possession here. Pukki has a go from distance. Fossum leads it off. Mangala back out wide. Very patient possession here. And it's kicked out for a throw-in. But that's the full-time whistle. We come away with the win. Not our best performance of the season, but it's another 3 points to keep us high up the table. A nice showing from our new signing Fossum. He didn't feature too much, but he looked really in control of the game when he came on as a sub. It's great to add that kind of quality to the squad. We're becoming so well-rounded. Quality players coming off the bench and on the field as well, obviously. And what a win. Alright, so we're coming towards the end of the window now. We have some more money to spend, but honestly, I just don't need anyone right now. We're playing well. And Tim Krul will be leaving at the end of the season. I guess that means he's just going to stick around and be unhappy for the rest of the year. He's a great backup to have, though. We'll definitely sign a replacement in the upcoming summer window. But for now, that brings us to the end of January. I didn't make any more signings. I just don't feel like we need it at this point. The squad's looking great. I think we just need more of the same. And here's how our youth players are developing. And Logan McKeith actually could be one for the goalkeeping spot. He has a lot of potential on him. Not really ready quite yet, but maybe my next season, he could fill in as our backup. And there you have it. We're in second place. Spurs still ahead of us, but the gap has actually closed to 4 points. Really weird league table this season, but we're benefiting from it, so I won't complain. I'm going to change the training up just a little bit now. Rizzo's become so good defensively, I don't really see the need to keep working him there. I think the rest could still use the training though. Let's just give this last slot to somebody else. And you know what? One player that could actually use a bit of work here, Ben Godfrey. He's not finding a lot of minutes in midfield. He's just got better players ahead of him at this moment in time. I think he could slot into defense though. We obviously did that with Lovin and it worked out great after some of those initial troubles he had. If we can get his defending up a bit, he'd be such a great ball-playing center back. And I think he could find a home there. Close isn't going to be around too much longer. Garcia's looking good, but if he could be a backup for some of these spots, I think he has a definite future with the team. And there we go. Some of the training done. We'll just keep moving ahead with the season. Alright, so another scouting report in here. Let's take a look at some of the players coming in. We're still scouting Germany. Haven't moved it around too much this season. Some of these players look like they have a bit of potential. I'm going to rule a few of the others out. It's kind of on the lower end of what we're looking for. I think I'm just going to keep an eye on the rest of these three. And we'll check back in with them next month. So before we get to our next game, let's take a look at the squad so far this season and how everyone's been doing. Obviously, the team overall has been doing fantastic, but I want to call out some of the players here. I'm going to sort by appearances just to take a look. Edouard Lovin, our star center back, he has grown so much since signing for us. He's made a home in that role. He's so good playing out the back, and he's fantastic on the ball. Teemu Pukki making a ton of appearances as well. He's not as prolific as he was in the past and definitely slowing down a little bit due to age. But he's so creative on the ball. He just seems to make a lot happen through the center of the field. It's going to be really hard to replace him when the time comes. Buendia hasn't been doing a great job as a backup. So if someone doesn't step up, we'll probably need to make a signing in that spot for next season. And Callum Patterson, don't have enough good words to say about this man. Bailed us out of a lot of games this season. He's becoming such a threat up top. He's great in the air, but he's really developing an overall well-rounded game. Great hold-up play. He's passing the ball well and getting a lot of people in behind, especially when Hernandez is on that left-hand side. +3 overall already this season, and he's one of the best strikers in the league. Still just 26 years old, so I expect to see more from him in the coming seasons. Max Aarons has been so good at right back again this season. I feel like he goes a little underappreciated because he's such a consistently good player, but he's much appreciated in the defense. And Axton Oxborough, one of our best players this season, I think. Again, because he's a goalie, he might not be getting as much attention, but it feels like every game he comes up with 1 or 2 huge saves that really are the difference. We could be losing so much more if it wasn't for him. And Moritz Leitner, he's taken over the captain's armband. He has been so great in midfield for us. 6 goals to his name already. He hasn't been a huge goal threat historically, so that's some improvement from him in that aspect. What a player and a leader for the team. And Souza, once again, another underappreciated player. He's getting a lot of minutes out there though. He's not our flashiest guy out on the wing, but he does his job well and he's chipping in with assists. And Oro Mangala, the signing of the season, he has completely transformed our midfield. He looks so sharp on the ball and he allows players like Leitner to get forward and contribute more to the attack. I think having him in the team is directly responsible for our success this season. He's such a talent. And Hernandez, still one of my favorite players in the squad. He's just so crucial to the way we play, making runs in behind and does a lot of the hard work on offense. Still missing some of the end product from his game. He's a bit rough around the edges. Not young either anymore, so there's not too much room to improve. But I just love what a dynamic player he is. And that brings us to Tim Klose. He's worn the captain's band on and off. He's been a great player for us in the back these 2 seasons. But he's getting up there with age. You can see a lot of his stats are starting to take nosedives now. Not sure he's going to be with us next season, but for the time being, I love his experience in the back. I don't want to block the progress of players like Garcia though, so we'll see how that ends up for next year. Emiliano Buendia, one of the most disappointing players in the squad. He's got a pretty high overall rating, and on paper he's a great player, but he just doesn't seem to fit in. Too slow for the wing and doesn't fit into the attacking mid role either. Dimitri Mitchell's done well for himself this season, and Godfrey's also one struggling for minutes. Although I do like the way he plays, he just doesn't seem to fit in ahead of anyone. Callum Hudson-Odoi looking great, usually coming off the bench, but he's been getting a lot of starts as well. I think he's the most technically gifted on our entire squad. He's such a talent. He just needs to round his game out a little bit, get better at finishing and putting balls in, and he'll be a world beater someday for sure. I'm happy we get to keep him on loan for 1 season after this as well. Eric Garcia continuing to progress. Some of these other players as well. Got a lot of young talents coming through. Alright, so we're going to switch our focus back into the league now. Aston Villa away up next. Important to keep the pressure on and grab another win. That's going to come next episode though. Thank you so much for watching everyone. If you like this, again, please subscribe and help the channel out. It goes a long way to making this all possible. Alright, I'll be back soon with a new episode, but until then, I'm the Career Mode Expert, and I'll see you all next time.